Well, thanks so much for joining us as we have this special edition of Weather Network News where Andrew Fazakis joins us, the night sky guy himself. And Andrew, I believe you're with us right now.
That's right. Hi, Allie.
How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Good, and I have some exciting news for you because I know that last week you were telling everybody about how you could see 3 planets in a row, and I know it was Venus, Saturn, and Mercury, and guess what? Someone was listening, and they wanted to see it, and they wanted to take a picture to show you that they liked what you had to say. So we have a viewer picture. This is from John in Owen Sound, Ontario. Can you believe that he was listening to what you said and he went out and he found it?
Well, that's a beautiful picture because it really shows the horizon. Everything is set by horizon. You can see the waning crescent moon off to the right, and then there's that bright star just to the upper left of the moon. That's Venus, the planet Venus. Then just above it, really at the top of the screen, there's another fainter star. That's Saturn, the ring world Saturn. Now, Mercury is a very, very faint dot underneath Venus, so very closer to where the cloud cover is, and that's a challenging planet. But it's a beautifully set figure, and this was taken this morning. It's fantastic, beautiful picture showing you how planets can congregate in one part of the sky.
It's very cool, and thanks again to John for sending us that photo. And by the way, if you ever capture photos like that and you want to send it in, you can go to our website, theweathernetwork.com, and upload everything there. But Andrew, we know that people are listening. They want to hear what you have to say. What can they expect this week in terms of stargazing?
Well, this week we have some interesting things in store, something a little bit different. We're talking about a small meteor shower. This isn't one of those fancy ones like we have in August, like the Perseids. It's a more modest one, but what's really cool about it is that these are the remains of Halley's Comet. These are materials shed from Halley's Comet. Now, the peak of this meteor shower happens on October 21st, so that's next week, Wednesday. And late into the night on Tuesday night into Wednesday morning is really the best time to see it. You look towards the east late at night, say around after 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, into like 2 o'clock in the morning. And you can expect to see anywhere between 20 to 30 meteors per hour. And if you trace these meteors backward, they seem to originate from just north of Orion the Hunter's very bright red star, Betelgeuse. And I marked out, you can see the little circle in the center, that's where it seems to originate. Now, what's cool is that this comes from the Halley's Comet, and in this image you can see, illustration, you can see the red, the orbit of Halley's Comet in red as it swings by the sun. And every October 21st, Earth sort of slams into this cloud, this debris cloud left behind along the orbit of Halley's Comet. And that's what causes this meteor shower. Little bits and pieces the size of a sand grain are what are zipping through the skies that cause shooting stars every October 21st.
Very cool. And you keep talking about being out there at night, and I keep thinking, I know what the overnight temperatures are for a lot of us. It's going to be cold. Do you have any tips on staying warm?
Well, definitely, it's great. You got to bundle up. Yeah. Bundle up, even though it's not like winter. Bundle up as if it was winter with long johns and everything. If you want to stand outside for 15 minutes to a half hour, and warmers, hand warmers, and foot warmers. Those are really, really good investments.
Okay, good tips. Thank you, Andrew. And in terms of space news this week, there was something going on earlier in Saskatchewan, was there not, in around Val-Marie?
Yeah, and this is a very cool Canadian story, something we can be very proud of. That's because the world's largest dark sky preserve has been established right here in Canada, in Saskatchewan, in the southern part of Saskatchewan, right near the border of Montana. Just earlier this month, Parks Canada and the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada designated the Grasslands National Park as a dark sky preserve. And this is basically a stargazing sanctuary that's been set aside officially where there's going to be minimal light. Now, this place is an awesome place. You can see here what this location looks like. It's in 2 sections called the West Block and East Block, and it's a beautiful, it's about 100 kilometers south of Swift Current. And it's a remote region. You can see it's very flat terrain, and you got massive amounts of skies. And the night skies here are pristine. That's why it's been set aside for stargazing. And you can see on this image here, this plots out actual light taken from a satellite view of how much light there is in cities. Each of those red, yellow, and green points are actually light pollution areas. Now, this is a shot that shows you what light pollution looks like when you have a lot of it. And this is a shot of when you have no light pollution. You can see quite a bit of difference.
Very cool. And Andrew, for more information, where can everybody go?
Well, they can visit me on my website, thenightskyguide.com.